Hello, so this time we have a very close game where white managed to win by a small margin, but there were many ways for black to win this game early on. So let's have a look. Now when white plays the Komoku facing the outside, which means he's facing the bottom area, this Q3 corner, it's very good for black to approach coming from the bottom side, because like this black has two stones against one on the bottom side, so this is really good directional play for black. Let's suppose we play the most basic Joseki here. So black is very happy to develop towards Q3. That's why many times playing this Komoku, it's considered to be wrong direction for white, because it's going to allow black play from the bottom. And in this case, it's more interesting for white to consider a Komoku facing his side, because if black plays a Kakari like this or like this, it's already fighting inside white's sphere of influence. So now there are two white stones against one on the left side. And of course white can play a pincer or any other moves. So playing the top left, well, it's also an option, but it would be slightly better to attack e3 or e4. So as a directional play, black should consider this way of approaching. Now white is trying a tight and low pincer. There are all kind of tricky Josekis here. Black attached in the corner, that's good. Normally black wants to separate white in the corner, and playing the Sansan is the territorial approach to this Joseki. Black also has the option to try a fighting move like b15 or Kosumi in order to keep white separated but go for outside influence. This used to be very popular back in the day in Japan, but nowadays the most common move is c17. So white here going up and cutting, it's trying some sort of trick Joseki. Usually white simply blocks the corner with a Hane, then pull back, then to space jump, then extend again. E18, it's a vital point hit. The ladder should work for black to play this follow up. And the Joseki ends like this. So black settles a group going out with some I shape, while white develops on both sides. And now black being Sente, he can approach the bottom side again. Also, for white to cut at c16, it's an option. This can lead to a pretty complicated variation, but mostly forced. What happens in this case is that black develops towards the top side where he already got a stone in the top right corner. So if this happens, overall the Joseki looks a little better for black. Locally it's fine, like 50-50, but overall it's quite nice for black to get this Joseki. So now white is going up and cuts. When this happens, black would love to play Atari and go down like this in order to capture the two stones. But this is not an option because white has this Atari and then he will take the two stones in the, on the side. So in order to prepare that kind of capture, black needs to play Hane in the top first. So the whole point here is that if white blocks, black can either Nobi or play Atari and another Atari. So in this case, it works to cut and capture on the left side because he already got this exchange. So now it's too late for white to cut like this. Black will capture faster. So what happens here when simply playing Nobi, if white defends e17 or f16, then black captures the stone on the left side, and in this case white got punished. But white will capture the stone in the corner. So if this happens, when black plays Atari and pushes down, now white will catch the two stones in the corner. But before doing that, black can squeeze from the outside. And after this, Atari go down one Atari here, but this can be played as a quadrat later. And then hanging connection to hurt the stone on the left side and also get a pretty nice outside thickness. So if this happens, white is not very happy with the result in the corner because he invested too many stones for not so much territory. So for white to block at e18, it's not the best choice here. Therefore, white has to play Atari e15, then black comes out. It's better to go out, not to allow the Ponuki. For example, playing Nobi here, when white captures, white is very thick on the outside. So black goes out to make the mission harder for white in this area. Now white has to connect, and then there's a vital point at f17. So instead of Nobi, which is threatening to catch the two stones, black can play f17 to get out of the corner with a better shape. Now white will connect here, because this is what black is threatening, to capture two stones. Then black protects the corner either with a hanging connection or Nobi. And when this happens, white plays another move to catch the two stones. Now the thing is, those two stones are captured, but later on black has a peep here and another peep like this. But these peeps are used as quadrats, so black doesn't have to rush to waste this kind of exchanges too early in the game. So if you look at the position overall, black got the corner and white spent many moves on the outside to capture two stones. So in the end, it's not so great for white. He was trying a trick, but he got kind of punished. Playing Atari under is not the right punishment here. So once again, honey in the top. This is good to remember. And in case white blocks, then either Nobi or Atari and then capture the stone on the left side. So black keeps everything connected and hurts these two stones on the left side. So again, white is punished. So in the actual game, Atari under, and instead of pushing here, black should Hane in the top, because this way black increases the eye space and also creates a cutting point in white's formation. So white needs a hanging connection here, and then black can push one more time. And this reverts pretty much to a basic Joseki where you have a Hoshi and Sansan invasion, and in this case black managed to cut a d15, which later can be used like going out and then jump and keep white separated to reduce that influence. But locally black is already alive in the corner, it's enough space for twice. Also, even without this push, let's say black plays a big point somewhere else, when white turns, black can connect like this or hanging connection and the group is alive in the corner. So black could live in center. So push first, then going down. Still better to play the Hane, connect, white needs the hanging connection, and then black can play away. Now simply going down, white can block. White should actually block d18, and then black needs another move to live in the corner. Then white simply captures very clean this stone, and white got much stronger on the outside. White center to play this d18. If black comes out here, let's say, and then jumps to save the two stones in the center, white can Hane, and this is the so-called J group, which dies unconditionally. White has a Hane in the corner, black needs to block, then white hits the vital point. Black can capture one stone, but this one doesn't change anything because it's a false eye. And then when black tries to make eyes in the corner, it's not possible. Throw into Suji will work, so black is down to one eye. These are two false eyes, so the group will die. That's why black needs to play another move here to stay safe. So white played the Hane, but in this case, black can turn first to go outside to expand his eye space. And now white needs to jump out. If white simply captures two stones, black also takes two stones in a ladder. So white will jump, black can play a Nobi, threatening to push and cut. White has to double up or table shape or hanging connection. But after this, black already has enough space in the corner, so black can even discard the 2 stones. Of course, black can connect here, it's a lot of space. Black can push one more time, or simply play away. Because even if white captures the 2 stones, black is already alive. It's a bit dangerous for white to block here, but luckily it's enough space for 2 eyes. So usually when you're in danger and your opponent tries to surround, you need to find ways to expand the living space as much as you can, not to follow and always answer his moves. So now white blocked, and this is totally sente. Black went down, but that's a little bit greedy. The key point is A18. And now again, white should properly go back and fix his wall. Going down here, it's going for a couple of extra points, but in the end game, we still have this kind of variation. So black has to play many moves inside to leave, and there are only 2 points there in the corner. Anyway, white went down, but he shouldn't. Just take the stone. If black comes out, there's a net here. So let's see what happens. Black plays away. That's a good point. Approach the bottom side. Nice direction. Instead of playing the kick, white should consider Kosumi. Then black comes back with a 2-space extension or play some Shimari. This helps black get strong on the bottom side. In this case, when black already has a stone at Q3, extending high at J4 it's an option as well. So alternates the 4th line with the 3rd line move on the bottom area. But anyway, 3-space extension is good. Wrong direction of play to approach from this side. White should approach from the right, where black can make a Shimari. And then extend for a base. Or go San-San, which is really modern nowadays, to see how black will block. And then still fix the corner. So, interesting approach by white. This is a thank you move. It helps black get an ideal shape, making this high Shimari. Then white is looking for a base. Before extending here, white should play a Kosumitsuke, black goes down, and then look for a base with L3. But even so, black can invade and try to remove the base. So now black is playing the Kosumi at K2, but it's already... so white has L3, which is at the same line with J3, but it's open at O2. So it's better for black to remove the base coming from O2. White has to block. Or, if you want to be even more aggressive, it's possible to invade N3. Now, if white covers, black simply connects, and then white has to come back and protect against the cuts. There is no base, white is on the run. And if white goes down, black can either Hane or push to keep white separated. Now, when white Hane in the head of 2 stones, black can simply descend and now either connect under one way or the other, or cut in the middle. So this is one way. If this happens, black can come out, and then this stone is in danger and there's a cutting point. So it's really difficult for white to save everything. Already it's on the run. Playing this Kosumi doesn't do so much, because white can play the Kosumitsuke and then jump out. White shouldn't block. That's a reflex play, because now black can still take away the base coming from the other side. So in this case, when white blocks, makes K2 become a good exchange. But this way, white is already flying out into the center, so he's fine. Q10 it's a big move, but in order to keep the pressure on the bottom group, should still consider O2. And when white defends, jump out, because this group looks just over concentrated, it needs to go out again, and then play a big point on the right side like R10 or simply O17 to reduce the potential in the top left and develop that direction too. White finally played a proper move to fix his wall, but actually he doesn't have time anymore. He should play moves like this, because even if black comes out, white can defend the top And when black jumps in the middle, white can also build something on the left side. This is very good. Playing O17 to put emphasis on the corner and expand to the top. This is a bit too late because now already black got O17, so the kick will hurt. For white to invade the right side, he should look for a submarine invasion like S15. So if black blocks here, white goes up, black defends, white extends and makes a base, then jump out. Also, if black doubles up like this, white can push in the corner and then extend for a base. This is the way for white to damage that side. Very good for black to kick like this. So I didn't go out no B because it's heavy, and then black will take away the extension, then white has to jump again. And this is very uncomfortable. Black will build while white is running on neutral points. He jumped to make a more flexible shape, but this one is still easy to attack. So first of all, black can still play here, threatening to connect under. If white plays the bump, black will go up. Okay, black is separated, but white is still on the run. So if something like this happens, white keeps going out and black builds both the right side and the top. Extending 3 space here leaves this invasion point, so it's more proper to extend only 2 space. But of course, maybe white feeling weak with his p14 is not going to invade right away. Also, black can consider the Hane under to expand his corner territory while attacking and removing the base of this group. So this can happen, and then white again, it's on the run. And it's good enough to expand 2 spaces to keep connected, but still put a lot of pressure on white while going out. So let's see the actual game. H17 it's a bit soft because white still has a problem on the right side, so white should Hane once and then make a 1 space jump to protect his group. This is a sabaki for white, and once white group is safe, white can consider the invasion point. Then if black tries to connect under, this can happen, and white can simply take away the territory on the top. But first, white needs to fix his right side. Playing an extension like this, like H17, and trying to build with the wall, it's not very effective. The territory will be small. This is a good move. Actually here, black can think about the bump. Or just this. And then the other one. Because if white goes down, black can cut and capture the stones on the side. And if white goes up, black links under, and now those 5 stones are just heavy. So they have to run. This would be very good for black. Pull back it's also okay. Well, in order to make some shape, white should bump here. Going out still doesn't help so much. Black can cut this way, and the group it's still on the run. Okay, now that's an empty triangle. In order to take away the eye space or the eye shape, black can play the clamp. And now the group is still on the run. Now white managed to create some eye shape, but overall it's still good for black. Black can think about double Hane here to put more pressure and then connect. If white cuts, black connects. If white Atari, black goes out, and white still needs to protect his eye shape somehow. And if white extends, black extends too. So black gets much stronger in the center, attacking with the double Hane. Oh, that's a desperate invasion. So white is quite weak on the bottom side. It's difficult to play that kind of move. Going out and jumping, it's proper. And then go out again to fix the group. White should stay alive first and then think about the invasion in the top. So playing here is too dangerous. Now for black to separate, would be natural to play this Kosumi and push white into the wall. It's really difficult for that group to escape. Playing like this, white can come out and try to connect to his bottom stones. Okay, now black is trying to separate, that's good. And cuts. Well, white should go out here several times. But it's still tough. Yeah, this can be dangerous for white also. So white decided to give up the 2 stones. In this case, it means the original invasion failed. Because like this, black is just going to build more on the right side. Should simply block. If white pulls back, then extend and take away the base from the right side. Now turn, okay. Then block, very good. White is just losing more points. Now here, black can play the ladder, attack like this, or attack like this. And the stones are already captured. Even if white plays an Atari from the outside, it's very difficult to go out in the middle. The group gets surrounded. Well, something similar happens in the actual game. So white is trying to escape. Black went out with a shape. Shape point is good. Well, Hane would work too. Because even if white cuts, black can fight here. So jump, that's even better. Well, white can no be once, but then table shape, and if white comes out here, the problem will be the bottom group. Like this. Even if white escapes from the right, the bottom will die, so still good for black. Now black plays the key point, very good. And now connects here, but it's good enough to cover. Because even if white cuts, there's Atari, then Atari again, and white is down to 2 liberties, so nothing to worry for black. Black can even think about playing away. So playing this way, white can Atari, then sacrifice, and go out. Well, white still needs to protect here. So for black to play the Hane, we'll capture clean and take more profit locally. Okay, this was a good capture anyway. Instead of playing here to take away a liberty, it's better to expand the liberties in the middle, because the group on the side will die anyway. There is no way to fight any semi here. White has very few liberties. Actually, black doesn't even need all those moves inside, as long as the outside is safe. So Atari, go Nobi. Alright, so if you look at the position now, black got some profit on the right side. This jump, it's a little bit strange. It doesn't take the 2 stones. Well, it's trying to capture on a large scale, but black can turn here, creating all these cutting points on the bottom. It's even difficult for white to protect, probably like this, because playing the good shape doesn't work. Black can cut and then go down to catch these guys. If white plays here, then we have a double Atari. So turn once just to reduce the space on the bottom, and then instead of trying to capture 2 stones in the middle, they are not even that big, should go for a larger move. For example, shoulder hit like this, in order to press the left side and try to build the middle in a more natural way and much bigger. And actually when you play a move like this, white can escape pushing out this way. So if you turn and then play a much tighter move, this works as a net. So no way out for white here. He's got trapped. Okay, white got a big point. Black turns, that's good. Now it's also interesting to play something here in order to reduce the left side and then expand the middle. But the third is fine with all those cutting points. Black can even push again. White needs to go down and then expand the middle like this. Pushing here, it's kind of sente, because if white plays away, on this Atari white cannot block. He's losing some stones. If he connects, he loses more stones. Not so great. So this jump feels a little bit soft when black can get a bigger territory in this area. Just imagine this happens and then we enclose all the points here. So jump, then white is trying to reduce. Now this is a pretty good move because it's threatening the life of the group on the side. Instead of pushing like that, black should keep some distance. It's still a lot of pressure on the group, so white needs to make eyes this way. That's painful. This can be a problem. White could go down, threatening to capture, and then jump in the corner. And now we have a little situation here. So there are 4 liberties, and actually black is losing the semi. And if black tries to leave in the corner, white captures this stone. So for white to go down, it creates agi between capturing one stone or jumping the corner. I mean, it creates miai, sorry. The agi was to cut. But playing Atari doesn't work so well. Now it's good enough for black to play the double hane. It's when playing Atari, this gives eye shape to white instantly. When playing double hane, if white connects and black connects to or goes down, white still needs to play inside to leave. So it's slightly different. Black gets sente, and now going down here will kill the right side. Also, when playing the double hane, if white decides to capture the stone in the corner, black has double Atari and takes back those guys. And again, it's not so clear how white will leave on the right side, because this move is sente. And then we have the wedge, Atari, then snap back like this. Or if this happens, white already has false eyes everywhere. Even on the right side, if white can manage some eye shape here, there is this move and then ko to force the other eye. So white is in great danger. So Atari Atari, then leave, should go down to expand the eye space. This way it's alive. Well, if white is trying some nasty moves to kill, then we should really use the wedge. Oh, this can be tricky. Ouch, because white is not going to block here for the snapback. So playing like this, black's group is now eyeless. White can hane in the corner, and oops, that's a misclick. There is only one eye here. And like these two. So black dies. That's a pity. Therefore, the correct way was to play the double hane. Because this way, white already lived. Yeah, and now black has to leave too. Black should play the wedge because of this Atari from the outside and capture 2 stones. Or capture more stones. And when playing the wedge, if white pulls back, this way, white doesn't have eye shape on the right side. And now black can go down to leave in the corner, and white has to try to leave on the side, but it's too late. This is one eye, and black can take away the eye from the... Oops, sorry, first Atari here. Either like this, or even that move works, like this, or just hit the vital point to connect one way or the other. So black played this one, white is trying to go out. And white gave up that group, it seems. Here it works to block, because if white tries to cut, then we capture like this. So once you block, white will go up, then bump, white will connect solid, so the right side is still dead, the cuts in the middle are not a problem, and black can just play away to build some more. So this was a little bit slack. And anyway, it's more interesting to play, for example, like this, then push, and you have this Atari. So connect everything together in case you need. But it's not really the case. This block is good. Now black can play the push, Atari, and double Atari, then extend again. Okay, so jump to increase. This move is not really needed. So let's say black protects the middle and white tries to leave by playing this Hane. Black can push in the center, then Atari to destroy the eye in the middle, then connect this way so there is no eye, and on the right side white can only make one eye, like this. Jumping doesn't help much too, or either, because it's still like half an eye. But yeah, playing S12 keeps the group dead anyway. The thing is, when black plays away, even if white plays one more time on the right side, he's still dead. So for white to play yeah, white is actually dead on the right, so no need to play another move. It's -1 point. Okay, reduce the left side. Yeah, this cutting point, it's a problem. So you can protect like this, and when white pushes, Atari, Atari, but then white just dies inside. So Kosumi. No time to protect there. Should push like this. But even so, I mean, this double Atari is not such a big deal. White will play the Hane. Then black has to give up the stones on the left side. That's a pity. Then come back here. So in this case, black should play a one space jump and forget about K12 area, just to stay connected. If white tries to separate here, these stones are connected. Nothing to worry about. And probably black wins big. Let's have a quick look. Score estimator thinks black leads by about 30 points. So like this, white got all the territory on the left side, capturing the 3 mark stones on a large scale. So he's catching up on territory. Then also got some more moves in center. With this move, white is threatening to jump at g3, so black can play a diagonal move to prevent that happening. So when white pushes, black can block. Playing like this, white can still jump under, and that's a problem. And now even if black connected, white scoop out all the territory on the bottom. So let's just imagine black plays on the bottom at g3, white jumps out on neutral points, then black goes down and plays everything in center. So black makes like 8 points on the bottom compared to the actual game where white took all that territory. Just keep in mind that white won this game by 2.5, so the difference here is already more than 10 points. Because white was supposed to, black was supposed to be like 8 points, and now he builds nothing, and white got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's like 15 points difference. That's a good move. This is also good to prevent the clamp at R2. Well, it's actually big to protect. Not such a big difference if white plays the peep or not. Connecting here it's okay, but then white has another Atari in the center. So either way, white gets all those 4C moves. Before connecting against the 3 stones, I mean to keep the 3 stones connected, Let's see if black can do something else. This. Then a cut here. Or this one. Yeah. Not much to do though. And now connect. But at least play a few center exchanges. The proper shape is to play A18, and it's much nicer when Atari comes. This is clear I shape. Playing B18, it's still an empty triangle and looks a bit heavy. And now black has to leave this way. White shouldn't play Atari right away. White can also think about the key point like this. Because if black tries to build more points, this will turn into a ko. And for black to play Atari from the outside doesn't work. It's a self-Atari or Dametsumari. So black has to fight the ko, and he doesn't want that. So white could punish by playing either throw-in or hit the vital point at A18. That's why A18 is the key point here to stay alive. Okay. No way to live inside. That move is no need. So black can play away. If white plays here, black has Atari on the outside. If white plays on the outside, black can remove the I shape. Oh, this is too much. That's minus. Should just play Hane. But even if playing Hane, black has, well, one Atari and he connects. But locally, if white would surround that group, black has this move in center and go down to create twice. So nothing to worry about. But that way, white is just losing points. Okay, I think he realized that. Black should push first. And then it works to play the clamp and connect this way. If white comes inside, black separates. So now this way. Oh, that's a wrong block. White should block here. Because black can push inside and wedge and Atari. Oops, the other Atari. And there is some Agi here too. How can we use this one? Everything can die. Dangerous. So Atari first. This Atari is also good. So before going there, black should push in the middle. Well, maybe white will connect here and give up the two stones, but then black wins the game. So cut, then try to use the Agi. Like this is not so great. First things first, push, wedge, Atari, Atari, then go out, because if white protects here, then black can capture 3 stones. So white has to protect like this. Then push here, it's an option too, because of this. Another disaster. So we need to go down. Atari, connect, push, block, everything is center. So black cuts, trying to damage from the outside, connect. This lost point somehow. Yeah, finally the push, but it's too late. Black should just connect R1. This is probably the last place where black can save some points. When white capture here, the proper move would be N2, but white can take 1 stone first. Play everything center here. If black simply goes Atari, then Atari like this, and now go down threatening to connect under, and only play something like N2 after the neutral points are taken. So Hane, yeah, lots of center moves for white in this corner. Well, this is no need yet. White should go down here to prevent the call. So black blocks. Well, the proper move is still this one. But yeah, white needs another move inside. That cut doesn't do anything. Black doesn't have to play moves here. This is -1 point. And white doesn't need it. White should play here, black connects, and then count the game. This is also no need. White is dead inside no matter what. So let's say white plays this move. Black connects, Atari. Then he's trying to kill the center somehow. But black can either take 2 stones or 1 stone. Or Atari here to... Oh no, wait, this is wrong. Just capture here. And if white plays this move, black can take the stone like this, or Atari in the center. So nothing happens. No need to block here. Just be happy that white donated 1 point. And actually, black was supposed to fill the call. White fills the call, black connects here. This is the way to finish the game. Anyway, so to sum it up, the top left corner in the beginning was really small for black. He got a little bit tricked there, so playing Hane d18, it's important. Then after killing the right side, black should pay more attention how to expand the middle. And the problem was losing these stones on the left side. That was really costly, and not being able to use the IG to damage the top more. So overall, black had a pretty good game here, but due to some reading, lack of reading skills, let's say, in the close fights, black just played a few slack moves and lost the game by a couple of points. Better luck next time.